We are not afraid to die if we can all be together. Okay. What is there in this chapter? I just tell you. This is the narrator. The narrator itself is written this. The chapters. The author of the chapter has written this chapter. Okay. He told us about his journey. Okay. Who is this? The story is about a 37 years old businessman. He was a businessman and he was the narrator of the story. Okay, he was the narrator of the story. He has a wife and two children. Okay, this is his introduction. And he and his wife both had a dream. What is their dream? Their dream is to take a journey around the world on their ship. Okay, and the name of their ship is Waywalker. Fine, the name of their ship is Waywalker. Fine, now the whole family started sailing, and on which date? On in July 1976. Okay, they started their journey from Plymouth, England. Okay, they start their journey from there. Fine. Now, what all obstacles, what all hurdles they faced during their journey? Okay, what all they were, how they fought each day during their journey in the ship, and how they survived till end. That is all about. Fine. This in this chapter you came to know that daily how they are surviving. Fine, daily how they are fighting for their survival. Fine, you know that the life in the ship, the people, those who are in the ships and all, they are having a very hard life. When the weather changes, there is a so high storms or something like that. So it is a problem for the people, those who are there on the ship. The same thing happened with them. So what all things happened with them during their journey? They have discussed this thing over here. Fine. And the author, Gordon Cook and Alan East, they both are what? They both are the husband and wife, the authors of these chapter. Okay. Now we start with the chapter. In July 1976, my wife Mary, son Joathan, 6, daughter Suzanne, 7, and I set sail from Plymouth, England to duplicate the round the world voyage made 200 years earlier by Captain James Cook. Now, what he was saying, the narrator is saying that I have a wife. His wife name was Mary. Okay. He had a son. His son name was Jonathan. He was 6 years old. He had a daughter. His daughter name is Suzanne, and she was 7 years old. Okay, so he said that we all, the whole family, family of 4, we started our journey in 1976 from Plymouth, England. Okay, to duplicate the round the world voyage. Duplicate means we want to take a journey by ship, okay, round the world, just like a famous person was there, famous captain was there, James Cook. He has done many years before. Okay, this James Cook, Captain James Cook, he has done the same thing. He also started his journey by a ship and he moved around the whole the world through water, okay, through ship. Fine, so they want to do the same thing just like James Cook did. They want to do the same thing like that, okay, and they want to do a journey by water, by ship, okay. For the longest time means from a very long time, Mary and I, a 37 years old businessman, had dreamt of sailing in the wake of a famous explorer, and for the past 16 years we had spent all the leisure time honing our seafaring skills in British waters. Now what is he saying? He was saying that from a long time, Mary, I told you his wife, his wife and he, okay, they both dreamed of what? They also want to sail just like James Cook. Okay, they want to start their journey from there only, from where the James Cook had started. And just the way he completed 200 years earlier, they want to complete it in the same way. Okay, so in short, they are copying the way of James Cook. Fine. Now here one thing is written, children. past 16 years, and for the past 16 years we had spent all the leisure means free time. You're saying that from last 15 years we have spent all the free time honing our seafaring skills in the British waters. Now children, honing our seafaring skills means, this line means efforts made by the author and his wife to perfect their seafaring skills. I'm repeating it again. The line honing, H-O-N-I-N-G, honing our seafaring skills. It means to make efforts, okay, the efforts made by the author and his wife, okay, to perfect their seafaring skills. And what is the word seafaring means? Seafaring skills here means skills required to navigate a vehicle through water. Okay, just two seafaring skill means when we want to go into the water. So before going into the water, the skills required, okay, the training required, okay, that training they have taken, and for 16 years they were perfecting themselves. Okay, how they were perfecting? Our boat, Wave Walker. Now what is the name of their boat is? The name of their boat is Wave Walker. Okay, a 23-meter 30-ton wooden hulled beauty. Now the length of the boat is 23 meters and 30-ton wooden hulled. Wooden hulled means Hulled. Hulled means outer body. It means it is made up of wooden. Okay, it is made up of wood. The boat is made up of wood. Okay, had been professionally built, and we had spent months fitting it out and testing it in the roughest weather we could find. Now, what he was telling? He was telling that this ship which we have built, this ship is what? This ship is built in a professional way. Just like the big ships are made, okay? Because they know they have to go in, when they want to go around the world, obviously they are facing many seas. Some seas are going to be dangerous, some are very calm and quiet. So they have built their ship in that way only, okay, that it can face each and every weather which they are going to face in the sea, in the water. Okay, so he's saying that it was professionally built, and we had spent months fitting it out and testing it in the roughest weather we could find. And he said that fitting it out means, he was saying that by fitting it, by assembling it, we had taken months, and for months we just sailed the ship in the roughest weather. Okay, when the weather is not good, we used to make our ship sail in the water. Why? So that we can test it that the ship is good or not, if it can face the roughest weather or not. The first leg of our plan, 3 years. First leg here, matlab children, the initial phase. Okay, the journey started. When the journey started, 3 years. Okay, first 3 years, they're talking about first 3 years. Means they have started their journey from Pelamang. From there to the next destination they have reached, they took 3 years. Okay, 10500 kilometers journey passed pleasantly as we sailed down the west coast of Africa to Cape Town. Now it took them 3 years from England to reach to Cape Town. It took them 3 years, and that is the first part of their journey. Now they were saying the journey passed pleasantly. It means that first 3 years we didn't face anything. No storms, okay, no dangerous seas, no roughest weather, nothing. So first 3 years, up till that they reached where? Cape Town, and up till then they hadn't faced any danger. Okay, therefore before heading east we took on 2 crewmen. Now before going towards east, okay, they decided that they will add 2 more person in their ship. Okay children, American Larry Wiggle and Swiss Herb Sigler. Now one person is an American, his name was Larry Wiggle, okay, and second one is a Swiss, and his name was Herb Sigler. Okay, these are the 2 crew members they have added from Cape Town, and from Cape Town they are moving towards where? Towards the east. Okay, to help us tackle one of the world's roughest sea, the southern Indian Ocean. Now, if the question comes that why they just hired 2 crewmen from Cape Town, why? Because now they are going towards the Indian Ocean and they know that Indian Ocean is the roughest sea and they can face the danger over there. Fine. Any problem up till here, children? Any word you want to know or anything else? No? Nothing? Okay. You can unmute yourself, children, if you want to know anything and you can ask. Now, on our second day out of Cape Town, we began to encounter strong gales. G-A-L-E-S. Gales means strong winds. So he said that we had started our journey. On the first day, we didn't face anything. But on the second day, what happened? Strong winds started. Okay. For the next few weeks, they blew continuously. The author is saying for the next few weeks, these strong winds are blowing continuously. Okay, gales did not worry me, but the size of the waves was alarming. Now he was saying that these strong winds is not a problem for me. Okay, they didn't worry me. Okay, strong winds are blowing. Of course, it is a sea wind. The winds are going to blow. So he said that these strong winds are not a problem for me. The problem is what? The waves. Okay, the size of the waves up to 50 meters as high as the main mast. He was saying the size of the wind was the size of the waves was what? Up to 15 meters. Okay, M-A-S-T. Mast is what, children? Mast is a tall upright structure. Okay, on the board you can see a tall structure, a small, we can say a sticks like structure is there on which they used to put a cloth. Okay, fine. So cloth, we can say a sail they used to put. Okay, so that they can know the direction of the winds. Fine. So he was saying that the waves which were there, they were 15 meters at height and they were touching what? They were touching their mast. Okay. December 25 found us 33,500 kilometers east to Cape Town. Now, or up till December 25th, where they have reached? They have reached towards east, 3,500 kilometers east, okay, of the Cape Town. Despite atrocious weather, atrocious means bad, okay, atrocious means here bad weather. They were saying that in spite of the bad weather, we had a wonderful holiday complete with a Christmas tree. They said that the weather is very bad. We know the situations can become worse or the situations can be normal, but in spite of the bad weather, atrocious means, again I'm telling, bad weather. Okay, so they were saying that in spite of the bad weather, we have celebrated Christmas, and might be Christmas tree here means might be they had made some Christmas tree on their boat. Okay, New Year day was no improvement in the weather. Okay, the previous day of the new year, the previous day of new year, there was no improvement. They say that there is no improvement in the weather, but we reasoned, R-E-A-S-O-N-E-D, reason means hope. We were saying that we hope that it had to change soon. They said that, but we hope that might be the weather is going to change soon. And it did change for the worse. Now the author is saying, yes, the weather changed. Okay, on the new year, the weather changed, but for the worse. Okay, the situation become more worse. The weather become more worse. At the dawn on January 2, the waves were gigantic. Gigantic means huge. Now they were on January 2nd. Okay, dawn, D-A-W, and dawn means before the sunrise. Okay, early morning time. What they saw, what the author saw, that the waves are very huge. Okay, we were sailing with only small storm jib and were still making 8 knots. Here, children, storm jib, G-I-B. Jib is what? Jib is sail. Okay, jib is sail, storm jib. Sail is what? Yeah, S-A-I-L. Here sail doesn't mean sailing. Here sail means a large piece of a strong material that is fixed on the ship. Okay, fine. So there was a strong jib and was still making 8 knots, K-N-O-T-S. Here knots doesn't mean time knots. Knots is a unit of speed which is basically used for ships. Okay, so they were saying that we are going at the speed of 8 knots. Okay, it means their ship is sailing very fast. You understand the meaning of jib? G-I-B? J-I-B. You understand the meaning of jib? Again, I'm telling you, if you want to write it down. A small sail, okay, in front of a large sailboat. A small sail in front of a large sailboat. Okay. And here, small sail. Sail means a large piece of a cloth that is fixed onto the ship. Okay. Fine. Yes. Anybody wants to ask anything? Darshi Jain, you want to ask anything, beta? No, ma'am. Okay. So he was saying that we were sailing at 8 knots. Knots, I told you, knots is a unit of speed. Okay, used for ships. As the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless enormous seas rolling towards us. Now what he said, that when the ship was sailing, find what is happening with the huge waves. They could see huge waves, okay, huge sea in front of them. When the wave moved them up, okay, when their ship goes up by the wave, what happened? They can see a huge sea in front of them. Find this lines here mean that as the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless enormous sea. Okay, when the wave rose their ship and their ship goes on a height, what they see? They see a big sea in front of them. Okay, and the screaming of the wind and spray was painful to the ears. Spray here means children, strong winds, and spray here means the waves, the noise of the waves. Okay, S-P-R-A-Y. Spray here means the noise of the waves. So what they are saying, okay, as soon as we were going further, the waves are becoming huge, and we can see a huge sea in front of us. And the noise which is coming, the noise is what? Of the strong winds and of the waves. Okay, that is troubling our ears. Okay, it is very high and it is very painful to hear that. Fine. To slow the boat down, we dropped the storm jib and lashed a heavy mooring rope in the loop across the stern. Now what they said, to slow the boat down, what they did, they put this jib down. Okay, because the speed of the boat, we have seen that it was 8 knots and it is going very fast. Okay, so it can, some bad can happen. So what they did, they just put the storm jib down and lashed. Lashed here means hit with lot of force. Hit with lot of force. L-A-S-H-E-D. Lash means hit with lot of force. A heavy mooring rope in a loop across the stern. And what they said, that what we had did, loop means bent. S-T-R-N. Stern means back part of the ship. And they said that a heavy rope, it hit the back part of the ship. There was with so much force. Okay, when they put the storm jib down, what happened? There was a big rope, and that rope hit the back part of the ship. Okay. Then we double lashed. Double lash means we gave double force. With double force, what they did, everything, we went through our life raft drill. Life raft drill. Life raft drill means lifeboat. So he said that I double lashed, by the double force, I put everything back and I ran towards my lifeboat. Attached lifelines, donned oilskins and life jackets and waited. And what he said, that I attached lifelines. Lifelines means rope. He started tying long heavy ropes, okay, thick ropes, fine, by the ship deck and everywhere, so that when the storm is going to come, he can hold that rope and save himself. And what he did, D-O-N-N-O-D. Don means wear. He started wearing oil skins. Beta, oil skins is nothing. Oil skins are, you can write it down, they are the heavy cotton clothes. Okay. They are waterproof with oil. Fine. They are waterproof so that oil cannot touch your body and you cannot slip. So they started wearing that oil skins and life jacket. And he wore a life jacket too and waited. And then what he did? He waited. He waited that the storm goes down. Then he is going to go towards his family or to his family. Okay. Any problem here? Up till here, any problem? Anything you want to ask up till here? Word meanings are clear to everyone, right? Okay, we will just see what we have studied up till here. Fine. So we have studied that the author has started his journey in July 1976. Okay, with his family. The author, the narrator is a what? Is a businessman. His name is Jordan Cook. He had a wife. His wife name is Mary, and he had two children. His son name was Jonathan. He was 6 years old, and he had a daughter also, and her name was Suzanne, and she was 7 years old. Okay, so we have studied that they want to copy or they want to do. It is their dream. It is the author's and his wife dream that they want to sail across the world by a ship, just like the famous Captain John James Cook had done 200 years earlier. So they have followed the same route. Okay, I have told you honoring our seafaring skills means they made efforts to perfect their seafaring skills. Seafaring skills means the skills required to sail a boat or sail in the water. When we want to sail into the sea, there are some skills required. So that skills they have done. Fine. And then we have seen that their name of the ship is the name of their boat. Their ship is Waywalker. Okay, the name of their ship is Waywalker, and it is made up of wooden in a very professional way. Okay. Then the first leg of our plan 3 years means when their journey started from Plymouth, England, up till there they have reached Cape Town in 3 years. Okay, and from there, from up till Cape Town, when they reached Cape Town, up till there, they didn't face any danger. There is no storm, no high winds, nothing. Okay, no strong winds, no high waves, no bad weather, nothing. They have faced nothing for 3 years. The journey was very nice, very pleasant. Okay, and when they started their journey from Cape Town towards the east, they hired two persons. Okay, one is an American, his name is Larry Wiggle, and the second one is Swiss, his name is Herb Sigler. Okay, they have appointed these two crew members also because they know that they were moving towards the Indian Ocean, and that is going to be the roughest ocean. Okay, so they decided to hire two new crew members with them. Fine, so that they can tackle the situation. Fine. We have seen that when they have started their journey from Cape Town, they have faced what? On the second day, the storm gales, as I told you, the strong winds started blowing, right? And what happened? The winds is not a problem for the narrator. The problem is what? The problem is the height of the waves. They are as big as their mast. Mast here means a tall upright structure on the boat. Okay, they are 15 meters high. Okay, and that is a problem. Then what happened on December 25th? They had crossed up to 3,500 kilometers towards east of Cape Town. Okay, due to the auspicious weather, they celebrated Christmas, and they hoped that up till New Year everything is going to be normal. The weather is going to be normal. But what happened? The situation changed and the weather became more worse. Okay, and what happened on 2nd January? The huge waves. He can see the huge waves when he get up in the morning, early morning. He can see the huge waves are there. Fine, and that is a start of their problems. Now, from there, what he can see, we have seen a new word, storm jib. Jib, I told you, again I'm telling you, if you have not written a small sail, in front of a large ship, okay, in front of a large boat, okay, fine. So they have a storm jib over there, and they were sailing at the speed of 8 knots, fine. And as the ship rose to the top of each wave, we could see endless, enormous sea. They can see the big sea in front, and that is not a good sign for them. Then what happened? The storm came. What he did, what precautions he has taken, what he has done, first of all, he just tied lifelines, big lifelines. I told you, big ropes. Okay, big ropes. He started tying the big ropes so that he can hold them, okay. And then he moved towards the life raft drill. He is towards there, towards his lifeboat. He wore what? He wore the oil skins and life jacket, and he waited